，on air 的。
成。
有没有？
有。
选哪个呀？选一吧，选 MGS1吧。哦，我摁错了，圈是确定
这意义什么呢？
真烦人嘞。For beginners 。After the end of
World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
我操，你是不是断了还是怎么回事啊？
没有啊，一会儿又断了。
没有。哦，没有。傻傻两个人。
Altitude 30,000 feet.
这个带字幕的。
还可以。
20 minutes to drop off. Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone.
这个人是老的 Snake 吧？对。
这个我还真不知道这一代是谁的。
Got high visibility.
这剧情我以前虽然看过好多遍，但我都忘了。
Put out that cigar.
大概看一下吧。
Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector.
这主人公是 Solid Snake 吗？还是谁？
看一下啊。是裸蛇。
Naked Snake。
Does this Pennywise know what he's doing?
一代的那个不是 Snake，索利达斯那个 Big Boss 的儿子叫裸蛇。
10 minutes to drop off.
裸蛇就是 Big Boss。
哦，那这一代控制的是 Big Boss。但是那个 MGS1的那个主人公是另外一个人，是固蛇是吧？就是拿那个 Big Boss 的基因克隆的。
对。
就是 Solid Snake 应该叫。
对。
Depressurization complete. Checking oxygen supply. 6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
这个 Snake 居然只有1.80米。
Sunrise.
这为什么一个1.80米，一个1.92呢？就是我不知道到底多高。但是这他妈也差太多了，我操！他体重89公斤。
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
贞节行动。
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by.
1964年8月24日，这他妈太长了，别念。
Status OK. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
and fly. God be with you.
他这个演出什么的确实弄得挺好，在那个年代，这国片厉害了。
我记得他说他为什么要给起个叫 Snake， 是不是因为好像说他在森林里边要吃蛇之类的东西
？Jack, I've got some important news.
真逗了。
The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
贞节行动
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission.
哦，他妈的3代是不是就是他跟那个 boss， 就是他跟他师傅的那个？
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful?
应该是哦，对吧？3代。
对。
哦，就是他年轻的时候嘛，对吧？哦，去萨维利 Union 对。哦，那要这么算，其实3是相当经典的，应该是。3的那个剧情是最感人的。
好像是吧？
就是什么，就是他的那个他的师傅被就是为国背锅嘛，对吧？
And the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov, isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin into orbit was the A1, known as the
Sokolov
is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid.
就是我看这种演出什么的，第一次觉得神是那个使命召唤4。
Not exactly.
现代战争嘛，现代战争第1代，我操，神了，我操！那个脚本，因为当时的游戏是没有这些什么播片啊那种脚本什么的，就这些，就是因为你自个玩，你玩不出那么炫酷的那个样子嘛。但是他通过这些脚本什么的演出，就给你烘托这气氛，就是你跟着你的那个当时的那个队长一块儿什么前行狙击什么的，我靠，那个代入感太深。COD 是从那儿正式起飞了。
miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962.
你知道那个
President Kennedy received word that the Soviets
我刚刚在网上搜了一下，就是说
intermediate range
弄播 PS2 终极解决方案，你知道吗？就是再也不存在什么就是来回切换闪屏什么的那个东西。是他们那帮武到那个武到这些老游戏机的那人终极解决方案，买一个那个小日本产的一个那种备线器，叫 Frame Master。 它可以把这个老的这个视频，就是这种视频信号，它自动处理到，就是可以给你备线到1080p，然后你那样再从那儿采集的话，你就再也不用担心什么，就一会儿输出的是480p，一会儿480i 了，你知道吗？但是没必要，那玩意儿卖400刀一个，这他妈
那也太扯了，对，还不如直接买 PS 玩呢。
是，就是说还没有发烧到那种程度，我操。
对啊，
But in order to get the Soviets to
太
pull
硬
their
核了，
missiles
真的没
out,
必要，我觉得。
他要是100刀，考虑考虑，妈的400刀
，100刀也太贵了，他20块钱可以，
你知道吗？20块钱就是今天下午他妈你他妈又跑到外头在那种新的品质，你知道吗？他们就我想上个厕所。现在播着吧，估计小岛得他妈播一会儿。
我也上厕所。
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handed him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No. According to our intelligence, he's in Selino Yask, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proof.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talent?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle. Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training.
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No. There's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
Oh, 我回来了。
I see. Well,
喂
you better go back and get it then.
看来你还没
You
有
know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's
居然
stuck
还
on
在
a
播，
branch.
牛逼！
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
你在操作吗？我操，你回来了，可以的。
刚播完片儿，没不到30秒。
可以，刚播完片儿，真的是刚播完，我们一直在看。
对，就是连那个播片带那个广播嘛。
我发现刚才他玩了一个梗，你知道吗？就是他们不是两个人在这起名字的时候，他就说那个上面那个人跟他说给他起个名字叫 Snake， 然后Snake 就问，哎，那我给你，我以后喊你什么呢？他说管他叫 Major Tom。然后你知道这我想了想这是从哪儿来？你知道那个 Dave Bowie 那歌吗？
哪个David Bowie的哪一首？
那个 Space Oddity， 就是他那个里边有句歌词是 Major 那个什么 Ground Control to Major Tom， 你知道那个吗？就那歌，他给自己起名叫 Major Tom， 还挺逗的。
这草里头刚刚，这妈是有野生动物吗？刚刚还响了几声。
那就不晓得了。
爬树来着，他也不告诉我该往哪走呢。
这不能爬树吧，大哥？
他刚刚跟我说是可以爬树的。
真的吗？我没看见。
Snake, first you need to find that backpack you lost on the way down.
要先找背包。
Your backpack got caught on a tree to the north. Try heading in that direction.
Okay. Major Tom 还真是 Major Tom。这是我的背包吗？这是只蟒蛇吗？哇，这地上有一只蟒蛇，真的。
这怎么看？怎么分辨哪儿南哪儿北啊？
我也不知道呀，先下去吧，走走吧。怎么翻过去？
你刚刚怎么翻过来的？我操！
忘了。刚刚瞎摁的，我操！
太他妈真实了。
这棵树这么粗，应该是可以爬的吧？
也许是可以的。
哦，爬上去了。三角是 action 8，
有个鸡巴用处呀。
这我的背包，你看见吗？在这挂着呢，不太明显。
哦，在这儿呢，我操！牛逼！
但是其实刚刚我并没有看见。
好吧。
我只是看到那棵树就想爬。
凑巧了。
可能小岛设计的好，
这就说明他这设计的牛逼，你知道吗？
因为他前面总跟我说爬树，我就想找棵树爬。
对，他这设计真牛。
Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it. The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons.
他们那电视里边，就说那电视里边不经常演一个人要去杀人的话，他会拿那个枕头，然后堵住那个枪口，就为了这样当一个休息器用嘛。
对。
然后就有人跑进那森林里边测试一下，这到底管不管用？他发现他测试之后，那枕头顶多降低10分贝，就反正有一点用，但用处不是特
大。It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake, in every sense of the word. And there'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that
purpose.
SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking I'm really dead. So how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
这个也好牛逼，这个各种的这个美术啊、设计啊、系统啊，我靠！
I'll introduce you to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well. She's here on the gunship with me.
其实小岛应该 MGS5就不想做了，应该。
I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
是被逼着做。
应该没有。我觉得他肯定还是想做的，你知道吗？你知道小岛有多喜欢 MGS 这系列吗？他虽然现在离职科纳米了，但是只要有人在那个推特上，比如说有人发自己的 cosplay 啊，或者是有人表达自己对 MGS 这个系列的热爱啊，就我因为关注那个小岛的推特，他经常转发这些东西，你知道吗？所以我觉得他肯定是对这个特别热爱。 那科纳米，你像他们最后为什么分手呀？就是因为小岛特别想把那个 MGS5做完整，然后花特别多钱，你知道吗？但科纳米不愿意，所以他才分手。
Whenever you want to save, send a message over the
MGS5 里边有
reserved
特别多
save
没做
frequency.
完的内容，大家都被翻出来了。
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? a legendary soldier and your mentor.
妈的，从我上厕所回来到现在，刚刚操作了不到2分钟，然后又他妈来点 BP 了。
She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
The boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Oh, the boss.
Boss?
Boss.
That's right. It's me.
他叫 Jack， 你看啊。
Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about
他
you.
居然能听声辨体重，这他妈太变态了。
Why'd you disappear on
他
me
是
all
个
of a
坑，我
sudden?
操！
I was on a top secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You are a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake? Oh, right. Your codename is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
但是我总觉得我现在看这些东西，英雄这些东西看越来越多，我总觉得实际上其实不是特别需要这种。
And one more thing, boss.
Yes.
It's good to hear your voice again.
我总觉得你想想这一系列它讲了这么长时间，我总觉得这世界就是在至少在 MGS 这个世界观里面，这世界还是特别没怎么变好，好像。
But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC? Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
我感觉 Snake 跟个妈宝一样，你知道
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Hermit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Snake,
try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
稚嫩的 Snake
真是年轻。
Commencing virtuous mission now.
-这怎么第一人称了？我操！哦，不是第一人称，我他妈看错，这 Snake 刚才完美隐形到那个背景里了。Swampland。这咱们现在去哪儿？俄罗斯是吗？苏联是吧？
我要把那谁救回来嘛 ，retrieve 那个。
也科学家是吧？
对。
好像是制造什么核弹的。但我觉得这一代挺傻逼的，你看，这不是美帝国主义，它就可以造导弹，但是咱们俄罗斯就不可以，为什么不可以呢？咱们 Mother Russia 也是可以的。说起来这 Mother Russia， 你知道俄罗斯它那个雕像吗？叫什么 Mother of Land 还是叫什么？让我看。哦 ，The Motherland。这雕像其实我觉得特牛逼。不知道为什么突然想起来了。
它这个视角是锁定视角的。
我觉得比自由女神看起来屌多了。
我操！
我死了。为什么呀？沼泽里淹死了。
好像你看它有一个长吻鳄，把我给干死了。
这太操蛋了。又死了吗？
这要怎么过呢？
不知道哎。
看看这是我操！这他妈趴个这么大的鳄鱼，你说它会咬我吗？
是吧？不知道啊。
我就是不信邪，我操！小岛来吧。哎呀，我操！它会咬我的。 咬了我一下。
也不算咬你吧，他把你给撞飞了。哦，这不是从这边上过去吗，大哥？
但是他妈的他被他拿尾巴扫了2下。
就是说，不想让你从湖中心过去，那湖中心太深了，所以你过不去了，是这意思。
对，
操，太牛逼了！
这游戏怎么存进度都不知道。
不是说打开自带吗？打开那个叫什么来着？无线电。
无线电可以存进度的吗？
不知道，好像是。
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
那这是六几年的事儿。
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The Uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively. Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed.
所以叫 naked， 太他妈屌了。
You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the camo index. The camo index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
现在掌权的是赫鲁晓夫。
赫鲁晓夫不是特别喜欢玉米吗？疯狂种玉米。
是吗？你这么一说，我好像记着，的确是这样。我看我好像他手里边拿着玉米，然后在大街上讲话那照片好像。
naked， 我靠，看起来好莽。可以。哦，还真的是 save， 我操。
是吧
？Saving the game, Snake.
嗯。 京剧想起来了。
Hey, Snake, you ever heard of Godzilla, King of Monsters?
No, what is it?
It's a movie. You haven't seen it?
Nope.
It's about this monster called Godzilla, who grows to an enormous size in a nuclear test and goes on a rampage in Tokyo.
Nuclear test, huh? Then the Marshall Islands must be crawling with giant monsters right about now.
It's just make-believe.
Maybe that's why my pants have been so tight lately.
Snake, it's a movie, not a report out of Los Alamos.
I know. So then what happened?
Godzilla is immune to all weapons, and humanity has no way to stop the monster. Dr. Shirazawa develops a new type of weapon, but meanwhile, Godzilla is getting closer and closer to Tokyo, obliterating everything in its path. It was originally a Japanese movie, but they made an American version too. I recommend seeing the original Japanese one if you ever get the chance. It's mostly
我
mindless
你一
fun,
说这
but
么
it's
说，我待会
also
儿
got a
我待会儿要
serious
看一会儿那个
anti-nuke
恐龙
message
特
as
辑可
well.
赛号。
Where can I see the original?
You'll
行
just
吧
have to go to
而且小岛
Japan.
他特别喜欢
Really?
就是那个
That's too
看电影
bad.
好像，
Well,
他经常
if you
发
wait
自己去
40
看什
years,
么
you
电
might
影
be
啊，
able
什
to
么
see
海
in
报他特别
America
喜
too.
欢之类的。
对对对，
Why is
他
that?
每年还要评那个
2004
18年
will be
佳片。
Godzilla's 50th birthday.
You think they're still going to be making Godzilla movies then?
妈的，2004年
Of
哥斯拉50周年
course.
纪念日，这
Everybody
个话
loves
太长。
Godzilla.
You sure know a lot
哥
about
斯拉电
movies.
影，
我操，这个真牛
I
逼
don't
啊！
suppose
小
you're
岛
a
这
movie watching type, are
操
you?
有完没完？
Not really.
Okay, then
那
I'll tell you everything I know.
太他妈
When
牛
the
逼了
going！gets tough,
真的是
movies
铁
can
杆
save
粉，我
your
只能
life.
说。
It's always good to be able to look at things from a different perspective when you get in a jam. That's the magic of
我
movies.
操，我存个档他都
No
要逼
kidding.
5分钟了哈。
Well, I guess it might at least make a nice distraction.
That's the spirit, Snake. Have a little fun.
我已经没有勇气玩下去了，我操，
为什么呀？
累了。
怕看播片吗？
对，不是怕看播片，我他妈累了。我操，今天其实应该
那行
第一个游戏就玩它，你知道吗？或者怎么着就可以，你可以玩很久。它适合玩很久。对
我，们可以下次玩这个，你可以存档上。
对，反正我正好刚刚存了档了。
嗯，行，那我们今天可以先结束了。
明天晚上，明晚上有空那什么，明晚吃完操，吃完饽饽占地吧，待会儿买个占地去。
成。那我先退了。
嗯，今天也算比较成功，好歹
行
播起来。
还行，还行，没有之前的那种，基本上半段时间都在那儿捣鼓东西。
是我昨晚上还在那儿修呢，我操！
真的假的？
修好了算是，我弄了个备份，以后一出问题直接恢复备份就完事儿。
但是我记得咱们头一天开始的时候，好像那没什么问题，第二天他妈又出问题了。
嗯，
这个
不会，这个我已经摸透它了。
行吧。
嗯，
行，再见。
拜拜。
拜拜。